Hey guys, it's Jen. Happy National Scrapbooking Day or International Scrapbooking Day. Today on my YouTube channel and blog, I have a lot of stuff going on. I'm going to have all sorts of different companies that I'm doing like challenges with. I'm doing a challenge on the Scrap Gals community Facebook group, the Felicity Jane subscribers Facebook group. Big Picture Classes is having like a free National Scrapbook Day thing, and I'm doing a challenge for that as well. And then I'm also having a couple of giveaways here on my YouTube channel and blog. Not giveaways, I mean like free printables and a free cut file. So I wanted to show you those right now. Also look out for my brand new class, which will launch today as well. So lots of things going on. I wanted to show you the things I will have available for free in my shop today. The first is a cut file, and this is a background cut file. It's just a text, and I'm gonna just lay it over this so I can show you what it looks like. It's meant to just be kind of like a textured background, although if you look closely you can see that it says, "I love when you look at someone with a smile on your face and they break into a smile back at you, not because they know why you're smiling, but because you're happy, and that's enough to make them happy." So it's kind of like really messy script and not super legible, but that's on purpose. But you can obviously tell on some of the words, like that says they. So I think that's a kind of fun layout. I'm going to be doing a process video for this one, and I'm going to use this photo with it. So you can look for that. I'll have several videos up on my YouTube channel today, so be sure to stay tuned. If you're going to be scrapbooking all day, I'll have lots of stuff for you to keep you company while you're scrapbooking. The other thing that I did was create some little printables, and I'm going to zoom in on these here. These are little cut aparts that you can print and cut and use like little word stickers or little word strips. So I did a black and white version and I did a colorful version because I thought it would be fun to do both. And I absolutely love just having tiny little black and white word stickers, and so I thought that these would be fun. So it's a mixture of fonts and my handwriting, so you can kind of see that there. And then a couple of little doodles, just some hearts and a little arrow, and then there's like a little chevron arrow down here at the bottom. So they're pretty easy to cut apart. You just to cut in a straight line, so I figure anyone can do that. And so let me just read you what they say. You can probably tell, but the best thing ever, yes, wowza, freaking awesome, and then there's an arrow. So you can see on this one, I didn't put any cut lines, but I did on this one since it was all white on the background. I did put a line between the words freaking awesome and the arrow, but on the colored one, if you wanted to, you could leave it together and have it point to something that is freaking awesome. This one says, "This brings me endless joy. Seriously, let's do this. All the good things, all the feels. Right here, right now." And I liked this one on here because you could leave those two together. They coordinate, so you could leave them together and cut that out as one piece if you wanted to. Then we've got a whole row of hearts. "Living life, freaking fantastic, always doing this, no freaking way." There's a lot of freaking in here. "This was so amazing," the arrows, and then "finding joy in the ordinary." And again, I think this would be cute if you wanted to cut this apart right here and then leave the arrows above the "finding joy in the ordinary." So those are fun. You can print those out as many times as you want because it's just a printable, and I plan to put more in my shop. They might be in here in my shop today, I'm not sure. I'm filming this a week ahead of time, so we'll see if I have time for it. But if you like these, let me know in the comments below so that I can maybe put more things like this in my shop. And I hope that you will stay with me on my YouTube channel today and see all the fun stuff I'll be doing. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start on this layout. I thought I would use that wood grain background, but I'm not sure yet. I did want to try something. This is something I've seen Paige Evans do and a few other people, and I really love the way it looks. What I want to do is to watercolor around the openings of that cut file. And I'm going to use some kind of light colors in a rainbow look, but not all the colors of the rainbow. I'm going with pink instead of red, just going with kind of light colors. And I'm thinking I might want to use the colors that are in the little printables that I that I made that I showed you earlier. So I'm kind of mixing some colors and adding a lot of water to them over in the palette on the left of the paints. And those are just some inexpensive paints I got at Michael's. You can find really cheap paints like that at a lot of places online as well. So you can see I'm just going ahead with the pink color here and just going around the openings of that cut file of the words, and just lightly, it's pretty light, just going around that. So I'm doing one color per row of words. And so the second row, I'm doing kind of a peachy color. And here you can see I've got it all done. So I went peach, yellow, kind of a greeny color, a blue, another shade of blue, a pinky purple, another pink, and then back to peach. And I'm going to use that photo of my daughter. She is just really excited about all of the blossoms on the tree. And she's kind of brushing a branch and letting the blossoms fall on her. So I thought it would be fun to use those printables to kind of create a whole bunch of words going down the side of the photo. I'm going to overlap them onto the photo. I really like the way that looks. And I'm going to kind of layer them up in the colors that I've painted on the background. So you can see the blue is kind of next to the blue paint that I've done on the background. I'm going to cut this living life and put that kind of pinky purple down by that same color on the background paper. So you can kind of see how I'm making a rainbow here. I'm going to also use the black and white strips because they work well for everything. And I'm just cutting out the word yes, and then later I'll actually use the word wowza as well. I think I used the word freaking awesome too. Oh no, I don't. I used the arrow. So just using a bunch of those, and I love the way these look. I can see myself using them over and over. I can't wait to make some more. So I'm looking through some other things in my stash to see what else I could add to this kind of color, and I want to get some green and some yellow going on. So I'm looking for shades like that to add to this. So I usually start my layouts and then get to the title pretty quickly, and that's what I'm doing here. I found these letter stickers from We Are Memory Keepers, and they're kind of a plastic letter. You can see off to the left that it comes with the inside and the outside of the letter. And I'm just spelling out the word spring joy because that's exactly what this is. My daughter experiencing some joy of springtime. So that was the perfect kind of pinky purpley color I thought to go along with that living life little word strip. And so I'm going to put that down there at the bottom. And I usually get a little bit into my embellishing and then go to my title and then go back to more embellishing. So now I'm looking for some things that I can add that might be in these colors. Now that I know that I'm kind of going to do a rainbow effect, I can look for specific embellishments. These are some die cuts from Simple Stories, and I will end up using those sunglasses and some of the hearts and that LOL. And those are from... I can't remember the collection. I will link to the products below in the video description, so be sure to look for that if you're interested. But it was a girly collection, a recent one. So I'm looking through some pink paisley die cuts now. I knew there was some purple in there, so I was just looking for something like that. I don't think I pull anything out of here that I'm going to use, though. And now I'm pulling out some Maggie Holmes. I don't believe I use anything out of here either. I'm just kind of, sometimes I really like flipping through all my die cuts to find the perfect embellishments. And this doesn't bother me at all, having to go through everything. I really enjoy that process. I thought I might use this yellow flower, but I don't like the way it looks. Everything else is pretty graphic, and that's a really soft kind of floral watercolory, and so it doesn't really go with it, I don't feel like. So I don't use it. Now I'm going to go through some of my stickers to see if there's anything that I might want to add. And there are a few things that I'm thinking about. This sticker that says celebrating I thought was perfect, and that's from the Maggie Holmes Bloom sticker sheet. And I don't know that I find anything else that I'm going to add from my sticker stash. Oh, I think I do add that little sticker I just pulled out that's a super old. Oh, it's not super old, but it's an older Maggie Holmes collection, and I only have a couple stickers left, so I thought I might as well use that sticker up. At one point, I thought I might use that little bird that's from some Dear Lizzie stickers, and that little bow that's from Maggie Holmes' Shine collection, And at this point, I'm just pulling stickers off and kind of sticking them to my table next to my layout, and then I'll work through to see if I'm going to add them. So now that I've gone through all of my embellishments, I'm going to go ahead and start gluing things down. So I start with my photo, and I did kind of tuck it underneath some of the areas where the words are kind of coming up at the bottom. You can kind of see it's just tucked in there. And then I'm layering all of those pieces on top of my photo and along the left-hand side of it. So I decided to move everything up just a little bit from where I had it originally, because I want my title to rest along the bottom of the photo, and I'm overlapping it onto the photo. I really like to do that where I can, because I just feel like it helps to make everything cohesive. And since I'm layering some of those word strips across the photo too, I just like the consistency there. So it may or may not bother you to layer things over photos. If it does, then you could definitely tuck some of these underneath the photo and just move them over to the left a bit, and I think it would still work out. But I don't mind layering things over my photos. So I am popping up the Finding Joy in the Ordinary just a little bit with some thin foam squares, because I want that particular word strip to stand out a little bit more. So I'm still a little bit undecided as to where I want those, what I want to do with the yellow or with the greenish portion. And so I'm going ahead and adding my yellows, and then I will come back in and add in some green. So I thought for a minute that I might want to move some of the embellishment over to the right-hand side of the photo, but as I'm laying things down, I decide that I do not want to do that. So I'll move it all back over. And that bird I really wanted to use, but it just wasn't quite working out. So I will end up using that butterfly though. So now that I've got that laid down, I'm going to add in a few of these little flowers. That came from the Simple Stories die cut package that the hearts and the sunglasses came from. And then these Heidi Swap enamel or epoxy stickers had some purple on them and a couple of butterflies. So I added one of the purpley ones and one of the yellow ones. And so now I have 3 butterflies, which I like. And I'm just adding in a couple more of the aqua things, and those work out good. Well, if we're using proper English. And now I'm just looking to see if there's anything else that I might want to add. Here's where I'm going to go ahead and use the word wowza down at the bottom. And I will end up moving that here in just a second, because I'm trying to think how I want to do my journaling. And there's not really anywhere that I can write on the background. And I thought about writing on the photo, but I thought there's too much on the photo already. So I went ahead and went on my typewriter and just typed up my journaling. I'm just using my little swing line paper trimmer there to cut those up. And I'm going to layer those underneath the title. And I'm going to move that word wowza so that, because I don't like the way that Spring Joy is like kind of long, and then wowza is a really short word, and then it goes back to the long journaling. So I'm going to do the journaling underneath the title, and then put the word wowza at the bottom of the journaling, just so it kind of tapers down, because I would rather everything be kind of long in the center and then taper down to something a little bit smaller at the bottom. And it kind of does that towards the top as well. So I like that look better than the other way. So now that I have that done, I'm thinking there needs to be something to the right of the photo. And I kind of wish I would have moved everything over, but I didn't, and everything's already glued down. So what I'm going to do is just take some gold washi tape, and this tape tears really nicely. And I tore it along one side and just layered it to the right of my photo, because there are gold dots on that little butterfly, the aqua one, and so I wanted to bring in a little bit more gold, and I just didn't feel like that was enough, so I just tore a little piece of white cardstock as well, and I'm just sticking that in there. This is not my favorite part of the layout, but it's done, and it's what I did. So now what I'm going to do is get some I think these are mostly Mr. Huey's what I use, and I'm just going to splatter some ink droplets in the colors that coordinate with the different colors that I painted on the background. So I'm using a mixture of, the yellow is Taxi, the green is Honeydew, I've got Bazinga, which is blue, and then I've got Splash, which is a greeny blue. I used, I think, Boss Lady or Piglet. I can't remember what I used for the pink. Oh, I think I used Boss Lady for the for the peach and then Piglet for the pink. And now I'm mixing a little bit of watercolor to get that purpley color. So I really like the way that looks. It's fun. And then I'm going to also add some gold color shine from Heidi Swap just to bring in another element of gold. And now I'm going to stamp the date in a whole bunch of different colors, and I'm just using Distress inks for that. And that is going to finish off my layout. If you have any questions, just leave a comment below. Don't forget to head over to my blog so you can get this cut file and these printables free. They'll be free through the weekend, but then I'm going to put them at regular price. I hope that you've enjoyed and have an awesome National Scrapbooking Day. Stay tuned to my channel for lots more videos throughout the day. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you soon.